Good Friday afternoon. My name is Jerry Miller. Robin, welcome to the I Love CVille Show. We're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world. It's the day before Halloween, and Robin is missing a glove. Here it is. We're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille Network. Alfred's our director, a.k.a. Judah Wickhauer. And guys, on a fun Friday right before Halloween, if you're Robin, you're sitting shotgun with Batman, and Batman's on screen. Hello, Batman.
Hey, Robin, how you doing today, brother?
Kapow!
Kapow! Bam!
How are you, Batman?
Zinger. Batman has a little something to say to everybody.
Please vote.
Please vote.
Please vote.
Please vote, citizens.
It's very important. All the citizens of Gotham, please vote. All right, guys, we're going to have a good time. Next 45 minutes or so, hour on the I Love CVille Show. We have an $80 boo box to give away to you guys. Judah Wickhauer, Alfred, our director, can you put the boo box on screen? This is an $80 value. We're going to give it away to somebody on today's program that likes the show, shares the show, and offers some fantastic perspective, comments, anything. You can zing us, you can give us props, you can give us a hard time, whatever it may be. Animal Connection in Ix Park, an $80 boo box to someone who engages with the program today. Barbara Lundgren said, I missed the show this morning. I need to catch up on my Batman and Robin.
Ooh, you're going to get a bit of it. You're going to get a bit of it right now.
How are you, my friend?
I am doing great. You know, the back gloves and the Robin gloves were a bit challenging, but we're going to get through it.
What's the hardest part of the costume for you?
It's the gloves.
It's because you're saying you have no feel.
You can't feel, you can't write. And then the second thing, because I have to put on my official bat glasses on because I can't see anything. Can't see anything anyway, but I can't see anything.
Dude, and if you guys really saw Keith Smith take off his mask, the inside of this mask, how would you describe it?
A little sweaty. A little sweaty. Well, all these lights, and this is all made out of rubber, and as we talked on Real Talk today, you know, we are hair people, hair guys, and
my hair's not messed up.
Mine is beyond messed up.
And we both have masks on for those that are complaining about COVID. We're wearing masks. Yeah. We're being safe. We're wearing masks right now.
And Batman has his bat gator. So
those are one of those gators.
That's right. I'm ready to go.
You're wearing a mask.
Well, Robin.
Batman.
Robin. This covers the eyes. The mask need to cover the nose and the mouth.
Alfred loves that joke over there. Alfred loves the joke.
Is it a joke?
What are you going to do for trick-or-treating? Kelly Jackson, who does a show on this network called Women Changing Our World, yeah. She's going to drive around. Kelly, is it a Tahoe that you have? It's some kind of SUV you have. Let us know in the feed, Kelly. She's going to drive around Charlottesville with her husband, I think in a Tahoe. They're going to open the door, and they're going to throw candy at kids in costumes. They're going to pelt kids with candy.
I may be wrong, but at some level, that might be assault. So
maybe so. On Halloween,
you might have to call Batman and Robin to come in and save the day and go kapow and zing and
Where's
all
the bat signal?
We have to get Alfred to work on the back. No, who does the bat spout signal?
The chief.
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon does the bat signal, right?
Yeah, so the director and Batman, a.k.a. the director, a.k.a. Alfred, a.k.a.
Judah, a.k.a. J.W.
J-Dubs. Knows our 1966, 1968 trivia of Batman, so it is Commissioner Gordon.
Dude, this guy has a ton of facts. Barbara, Johnny, thank you for sharing the show. Let's welcome some people. Evelyn, welcome to the broadcast. Karen 10, welcome to the broadcast. We're giving away an $80 boo box. Put a question in the feed. Give us some thoughts, some comments. Give it a like and a share, and you can get in the running for this $80 boo box from Animal Connection. So, my friend, your favorite Halloween memories?
Oh, my favorite, is this PG or is this?
You can go anywhere you want. Yeah, you have carte blanche on this.
So my favorite Halloween memory, I was 18 years old. Okay. And my sister, who's 2 years younger than me, and my mother convinced me to get dressed up like a woman.
What?
And, they
Which sister was this?
This is my sister Kelly. You don't know. She's 2 years younger than I. Okay. She lives up in New York. It's not my sister Megan who lives here. Batman's the oldest of five.
Okay.
And my mother and my sister went to town on me, shaved my legs, and
fingernail polish.
Oh, everything. The whole
Earrings?
nine yards.
Makeup. Dress?
I was, I think I would have gave some of the guys at the drag clubs a bit of a run for their money.
I've often said on this program, women are the true superheroes of life.
Without
I've
doubt.
watched my son come out of my wife in the delivery room. I could never do that. 36 hours of labor. Another reason women are the true superheroes of life. Are you ready for this, Batman?
I am.
Judah, adjust the camera for me to stand up, please, if you could, sir. I have not used the bathroom since 6 in the morning because of these damn tights right here, Batman. I mean, I have not. How do the ladies do this, Batman? How do they do this here? I mean, look, have you used the bathroom?
Yeah.
Did you take your tights off?
Robin, how old are you?
I am old enough.
Yeah, so I shouldn't have to explain to you how that works.
Well, how do you do it? You take your tights off?
Yeah.
How do you walk around and sit and do life with a cape on, Batman?
Yeah, I don't, you don't move. You have to have your back cape in the perfect alignment, kind of like what we do with our pomade and our hair, and it's got to be in the perfect alignment and don't move it. So Batman did have to use the bathroom between Real Talk and I Love Charlottesville show, and you have to.
You took the whole outfit off?
You have to. Yeah. It kind of goes to your ankles. And
what were you talking about here? The cape or the tights?
Well, this is a full body spandex suit.
That's a onesie.
That's a onesie.
That's a onesie.
This is a whole one body. I got, like you said, look, you and I play superheroes on television. Women are the real superheroes.
Oh, women are the superheroes of life.
Yeah.
Amen. Give women a like and a share right there. Women, the superheroes of life. We're welcoming a fantastic person to the show today, and Shaka Sydnor. Batman.
Yeah, so Batman has an alter ego, and Batman's alter ego is the chairman of the Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust, and Shaka sits on our board and happens to be one of our owners. So he if he's watching, he doesn't know that he's going to be interviewed by Batman and Robin, and what he also doesn't know is that we're in our outfits, Batman and Robin outfits. So I called up Susan, who's our executive director, and said, don't tell him.
Oh, so he has no idea.
Yeah, unless he's watching now, he has no idea.
Assistant Dean of Admissions at the University of Virginia, Shaka's going to join us on the program in about 13 minutes. Little does he know that the Assistant Dean of Admissions at the University of Virginia, on the board at the Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust, an owner of a beautiful home
on Nassau Street.
Mm-hmm. Little does he know that Cape Crusaders will be chatting with him on this very show.
Maybe that's why he didn't go.
I think that's why he didn't pick up the Skype test. He saw Real Talk this morning.
He said,
what have I got myself into?
I'm out. No, I can't wait. He's a great guy. He's a lot of fun to talk to. And when we do board meetings and I chair them, we end up having a lot of fun, and we kind of forget, kind of like when we do Real Talk and we do this, we forget about all this stuff, all these cameras, except for today with the 110-degree lights.
It's so hot in here.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Ali Kaboo watching the broadcast. Your costumes are fantastic. Can we see you side by side? Will you both stand up?
Sure.
That's from Ali Kaboo, who is watching in South Carolina. Why don't we stand up? Don't forget your earpieces in. I've made that mistake already.
Batman's on top of it.
Batman is always on top of it.
Well, the problem is Batman ran over his cape.
Let's go to the studio again. This is for Ali Kaboo. All right, show him the flex. Go to the, get this mic on, Judah. Give him what's your best flex?
Come on, give me a break. My best flex was when I was 22. Get out of sit down, Robin.
Sorry, Robin. Sorry, Batman.
My best flex when I was 22, not almost 60.
What was 22-year-old Keith like?
I'll send you a picture one day. Yeah, had a six-pack. Not the one
That's
you drink.
That's how you charm Yona, huh?
I charm Yona with my beautiful dynamic personality. or as you can see, my split personality.
Which day of the week is it, Batman? Oh, man, it's Friday. It's right before the weekend. We're having a good time on the I Love CVille
Hey, Robin,
Network.
thank you for inviting me today.
Oh, of course, man. You're my homie.
This is fun. I can't tell you, on Real Talk, the best 2+ hours a week I have is with you. So thank you.
I got a comment coming in. Robin, you've never looked better. Oh no, is that a compliment or an insult right there?
I happen to think your outfit or your costume looks way better than mine.
Why?
I guess I expected it.
Why? Because you don't like the mask? Because it's messing your hair up?
Messing my hair up.
Is that why?
I literally got sweat rolling down.
I see it.
Underneath it.
I think your gloves are way cooler than mine. Mine don't have those things on the end, those side effects. Oh, the whole set is breaking, Keith.
But if you look at Batman, he always has his little, whatever those are.
Yeah, those are cooler than mine. Look at mine.
It's like...
my thumb is in the pinky. All right, look at mine.
Proctology.
Yeah. We talked about that on your show. Oh, people want to hear some Batman jokes right now. We found out earlier on the show that Keith had a huge crush on Julie Newmar?
That's exactly who it was, yeah. Yeah, but you got to remember, I was like 8 years old, something like that. Just not to date myself here, so I had a bit of a crush on Batwoman.
That was your first schoolboy crush?
There was another young lady in elementary school.
Oh, so this was an actual person, not a movie star.
No. My on-screen crush was Batwoman, and I had a little bit of crush with the young lady in elementary school.
My on-screen crush was Britney Spears and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Yeah. Batman,
nothing to add to that?
Batman's a little older than that.
Batman is a little... Kelly says you should wear that every single show, guys.
Oh,
well, we wore it this morning on the show.
Yeah. I don't think our sponsors would.
I have not gone to the bathroom since 6 a.m. since I'm wearing tights.
You're obsessed with this whole bathroom thing.
Well, I mean, I just didn't realize how much of a challenge tights were for females.
Well, what was it? One of our participants or one of our viewers gave us a great idea. What's that great idea next time we do this?
What was the great idea?
Depends.
Oh, yeah. Iris Lux says, you boys both need some Depends on.
Yeah, but I'm a little closer to needing them than you.
Oh, stop. 60 years old, 60 years young.
Well, I'm not quite there yet.
What are you, 59?
A little less than that.
What are you?
What am I?
You don't want to say?
I'm a human being.
He's a human being. Alfred loves that joke. Oh, God.
We could get a camera on Alfred.
Alfred, why don't you go to the studio cam and come on set so we can see Alfred?
I got to tell you.
For those that haven't seen.
That man is sharp looking in that.
Oh, he looks good. And the bow tie? I mean, the bow tie's banging.
And he's rocking that mustache. He's doing a little bit better than Batman.
No way. This is an interesting comment, and Alfred could probably chime in on this as well. Do you guys have a favorite Batman movie?
Oh.
That's from Steve, who's watching the program. Oh, there's Alfred right there. Alfred, you're going to probably have to ask what's your favorite Batman movie. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Right there.
I like
look
it.
At that.
That's a tough one. It's got to be one of the...
Is this mic on?
Yeah. It's got to be one of the Christopher Nolan movies. I mean, those are just pretty...
How about the one with, what's his name? The one that was kind of like, was it Heath Ledger?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it was in the second Christopher Nolan Batman movie.
That one was good. It was pretty dark.
So that's what Batman has to say. Do you want fun or do you want dark, right? So you really should break it down into two.
Don't you feel like the Batman's got darker?
Well, it has, yeah.
Right? Has. Is that fair?
They've kind of gone...
But if you read the original comic books, they used to actually have books. It was more darker than this era.
Right.
My grandfather knew Bob Kane.
Wow.
The creator.
Wow. Will you speak that into the mic so we can hear you?
My grandfather knew Bob Kane and sent me it was just like the history of Batman.
I'll go ahead and hook you up, Alfred.
Yeah, thank you.
Sent me the book.
I mean, he's only the director of the
He's
show.
only the director, that's right.
Signed by-
He's the only one that keeps us straight all the time.
Signed by Bob Kane. So that was
There you go, cool.
Johnny and Barbara Lundgren are both saying Alfred is looking dapper.
Look, turn sideways,
Yeah,
brother.
can we see the back?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, there we go.
Look at that. Well, everybody else was looking at our little Alfred, get back to your
Yeah,
thing.
go back to your chair, Alfred.
Alfred, you were doing good
That
up
was
until...
too much, Alfred, until
doing
that
good,
point,
yeah.
Alfred. Alfred is our fabulous director, Judah Wickhauer.
Says the guy in spandex.
Yeah, you're wearing spandex over there. What's the whole point of the yellow utility belt, Batman?
So the purpose of the yellow utility belt, I'll have to stand up here for a second. For the yellow utility belt
There it
here is Adam West insisted. Oh, I dropped
Whoa,
you.
Batman! The tripod, Batman!
Dropped you. Sorry about that, Instagram.
12,300 people on Instagram.
Sorry about that. And they all got hurt just right now. So Adam West was the story I read anyway, according to Google. Hold on a second. We need to get our camera back in order here. According to the Google, because that's what Batman calls
Google.
it, the Google.
The Facebook.
Or the Facebook, right? When you're almost 60, these are terms you use. And so according to the Google, that belt was the same reason why Mr. Smith is using it, is to kind of tuck your belly in a little bit. So if you watch the 66, 68 version of it, or any clips on it, that's what it's to cover that little belly that you get when you get almost 60.
This is a good question. People are asking where Liza is. Barbara's asking that. Liza is in a bat dog costume, but right now she just got fed 6 treats by Batman, so she's in a treat coma right now in the bat den, sleeping, so she's not coming out right now. Multiple people are asking us what our favorite Batman movie of all time was.
So I have to agree with Alfred. The one with Keith Ledger in it is, way. I mean, it's just from a production side and from a character. I mean, Keith Ledger just was like awesome on it, and it's
Keith.
Heath. I apologize.
You're calling him Keith.
I'm calling him Keith. Sounds like Keith. Heath. Batman gets
Shaka
confused.
just sent me a text. He said he was in a meeting. Can we try the test now? Well, Shaka, we're going to actually call you live here in a matter of 4 minutes, so get ready to rock and roll. And when we do Skype you, you're going to be live on air. One of the board members of the Land Trust, also a homeowner from the Land Trust, Dean of Admissions at the University of Virginia, big-time guy.
Total rock star. Total rock star. You talk about, you bring on rock stars on your show all the time. We try to do it on our show, and he happens to be a rock star, and I'm curious what his reaction is going to be here in a minute.
Carol, who's watched Real Talk and now this show.
Oh, wow, Carol,
she
thank
says
you.
Adam West's original belt was made with yellow painted sponges.
Yeah.
You knew that?
I did not know that, but I can believe that. But the story that I read was it was to tuck his little belly in, which is kind of what this one is doing for this Batman.
Do you think he's the most recognizable of all the Batmans?
Oh, I don't think so.
Michael Keaton was pretty well, and Val Kilmer.
Yeah. No, this brings back my childhood. That's the reason why I think of this all the time, because I was a kid watching the Batman reruns or the syndication. So this was if you ever really watch them, the way they were done was pretty cool, right? They had narrations going in there. It was a really cool produced thing, and as those who watch Real Talk know, our oldest daughter is, there you go, brother. Our oldest daughter is a makeup artist and does movies and all this stuff. So I'm learning about production quality, and that was a pretty way ahead of its time.
My number one Catwoman, without question, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well, so Michelle Pfeiffer, I remember in Scarface. That was
She was amazing. When she comes down the elevator and Pacino sees her for the first time, right before they go to the steakhouse.
There you go, buddy.
I mean, she had the glitz and glamour dress on.
I'm impressed with your movie knowledge on that.
Scarface is
classic.
Generational, right?
Welcome to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's right. Well, hold it. We're crime fighters right now, and he was
a bad guy.
He was a bad guy.
He was a drug dealer.
But, he had a heart.
Well, he was a drug dealer who was an entrepreneur.
There you go. That's why we like him.
We appreciate his entrepreneurial spirit.
His spirit. But it wasn't a good guy.
He was not a good guy. He murdered people and sold drugs to children. Not a good person.
Not a good guy.
Not a good person.
Batman would get him.
Jason Burke's watching in Los Angeles. Vanessa Parkhill, welcome to the podcast.
Los Angeles. All right, cool. Thank you for being
Jason
out.
Burke is looking to get a restaurant going in Charlottesville. Jason, we hope you are able to do that.
Yeah, man.
We heard through the grapevine some stuff on the mall, and we hope it works out for you. Jamie Schwartz, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you kindly for joining us. You got folks right outside Boston watching the show in Chestnut Hill. Home to Boston College, watching the program as we speak. Remember, we have an $80 boo box to give to an animal lover. Put it on screen, and then I'll reach out to Shaka. So we're already 25 minutes in, Batman.
Oh, my God. It's amazing how much fun we have. Huh?
How about we give some love to Animal Connection and Patty Zeller with this boo box?
Yeah, I would. What I kept on thinking when you're talking about it, am I allowed to win? Can I win?
No, you cannot win.
Oh.
Your beagle is going to get something special from Patty Zeller.
Yeah, she needs a little beagle. Our beagle has got cancer, so needs a little bit of love.
This comment comes in: the reach of TV and decades of syndication made Adam West the most recognizable Batman, I think. Carol, very good perspective.
Well done, Carol. I would agree with, but to me, that's it's implanted into my brain from when I was a young boy. So
Teresa Davis, front runner signs. Welcome to the
There
broadcast. Jamie Schwartz, hello, ¿qué pasa, chica? ¿Cómo estás, amiga? She says the costumes are absolutely amazing, Batman and Robin.
Side view.
Okay, other side view. Why are you putting your arms up in that direction?
I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun, man.
We're just having a good time on a Friday. I'm going to reach out to Shaka now, and we're gonna get him on the program and have a good time. You got your earpiece in, Keith Smith?
I'm putting in my bat earpiece.
When he sees me here, he's going to be terrified. He has no idea we're dressed up like this. You realize that, right? You got your earpiece in. Shaka, we have you on. Hello. It's costume day. I don't normally look like this. I'm Robin. Batman is across from me. Thank you kindly for joining us. You're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille Network. 6 states watching you as you speak. Before we talk land trusts, the chairman is over here, and Batman Keith Smith. But before we talk land trusts, how about an introduction to you, sir? Hobbies, things you're all about.
Yeah. So my name is Shaka Sydnor. I obviously live here in Charlottesville. Hobbies. I joke I'm a pretty boring guy. I don't do a ton of things exciting. I like to read. I've got 3 young boys. I really just really cherish the time I get to spend with them and really try to hang out with them. And so this morning we were playing Spider-Man. Right before I came up here, we were playing a little basketball game. But really that's kind of been my big thing. And I also like to cycle. And so a lot of times you may see me riding around town. That's kind of how I get my exercise and really just kind of clear my mind. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, the toughest thing I'm going to ask you then, you were playing Spider-Man and not Batman and Robin?
we were. Well, I didn't know you already had that. I didn't know you already had it down there. So I couldn't find the costumes because you and Keith had them.
Well, all right. Why don't we take a moment? I'm going to show you Batman on screen here in a matter of moments. Why don't we take a moment and highlight the land trust? And let's talk general terms first before specifics. Give us some insight into the land trust and what it means to this area.
Yeah. I think the land trust, I think it's the future of what affordable housing can be in Charlottesville, right? And that's great. That's great. Keith, you got to show up to the next meeting that way.
He's meeting with Heather Hill at 1:30 in his Batman costume, Shaka.
To talk about land trust. Actually, talk about you, but to talk about land trust. Go get your Spider-Man outfit on, man.
But yeah, I really do think it's right. It's a pathway to affordable housing in Charlottesville. I think, I have the pleasure of being both a board member, but also a homeowner. And so, right, this is something that's near and dear to myself and to my family. Having recently gone through this, I think it's allowed us to, on a personal note, it's really allowed us to be able to live in this community that we value, right, to be in a space, to be, right, for us to continue to live in the city, which is something that's important to us and our family and the makeup of us. And so, I think it's the future, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I think it's, it's really.
He's trying not to. He's trying not to look at me. He's trying not to look at me. That's what he's trying to do. He watches his eyes going all over the place. I can't look at this. I can't look at this dude.
Shaka, you got 7 states watching you here. The Maggie Walker Land Trust in Richmond kind of got things going. The Land Trust here in Charlottesville and Central Virginia taking it to another level. Dude, we got a city that's 10.2 square miles with such limited land. I've got to think the Land Trust has got to be the best solution for affordability around here. Your thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can, right, if you can help families, right. So what the land trust does is they take the cost of the land out of it, right, and so it allows folks who are able to afford the home, right, who may not have financial flexibility to afford a house in the city, in Charlottesville, or even in the surrounding area, right. It takes that out of the equation, so it opens up a whole host of possibilities for folks, and so we were lucky enough when we first moved to Charlottesville. We were able to buy a small home. We knew our family was growing. We were really outgrowing that home, and so we were really struggling with trying to figure out what does it look like to continue to be able to afford here. But I think the land trust, it's something that can make that happen, because again, I think it removes that pretty significant barrier, which is the cost, right? And for folks who have been here a long time, right, it's not just the house, but we know land is mad expensive in town. And so by taking that out, I think it again is just a game changer for folks. I don't know how else to say it.
So as the chairman,
Batman or Keith?
Yep.
well, I have a split personality today. I'm the chairman.
He's got a dual.
I got a dual thing, but I got to tell you. We were talking about on our show earlier. One of the beautiful things about the Land Trust Board, it's broken into 3 parts, right? So it's some local elected officials, some private sector folks, which happens to be Batman. But what I love about this is you guys, is having the people who we serve on the board, and the reason I love it is us technocrats, us folks that are in the space all the time, we tend to geek out a little bit. And then somebody like Shaka comes in and drops this little pearl of knowledge, and everybody's head just goes boom. And because you come from a very different perspective than I will ever know, it's because you live in it. But hey, so tell us a little bit. I think Susan gave you some talking points, and you know me well enough to know that I probably won't follow those. And
I don't think you opened the email, did you?
I didn't even open the email. But don't tell Susan that.
She's watching right now.
Don't tell Susan I didn't open the email. Yes, I opened the email. Batman doesn't lie. But so tell us about the process, right? Because Greg Slater, who's on our board, who's our vice chair, enlightened me on something. We were going through this. Some buyers just flat out gave up. Was that your perspective? Did you give up on actually home ownership?
I don't think we gave up, but I think it seemed unattainable, right? I mean, it seemed like it was something that wouldn't have been able to happen as quickly as it did, or I think as we were trying to plan, right, our future, both personally, financially, right, it seemed like something, being able to be in a home like the one that we're in just seemed far off, right, and seemed out of touch until I was able to connect with Greg and start that process. And the first part of the process is just having a conversation. And so there was a group of folks. Greg kind of walked us through what the land trust model was and what the next steps were. It wasn't overly heady. It wasn't presented in a really scary way. But I think the thing that I walked away from that initial meeting with was that, man, this is something that we could really do, and this is something that we could do now. And I think that was the biggest. That was the big shift for me. And so I think if I had any trepidation, if I had any worry about like, hey, this isn't going to happen for us, I think having that first conversation with Greg let me and my wife know, like, hey, this is something that actually we could do. And so we started that process. Greg was a great partner throughout, and so he kind of walked us along each step. We had a couple complicating factors throughout, but even within that, kind of helped us figure out the specific nuances through that. And so, when everything was said and done, and we closed in February, to kind of look back on the journey from what started, I would say probably in late July to where we're in February, it was amazing. And then we moved in, and I could see the boys start staking out the rooms and running around. And once we got in here, it was an amazing thing to see.
That's awesome. Can I ask you a question? How old are your boys?
Yeah, so I've got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. I stopped counting months. He's 1. So, yeah, I think he's somewhere between 15 and 17 months, but I just call him 1.
Shaka, that is amazing. I have a 2.5-year-old, my wife and I, and it is the best, hardest thing ever.
Well, we were just giving touts to women. Women rule, right? They rule. I only can imagine your poor wife having
4 boys with Shaka.
Oh God. She's
I'm probably the most
guaranteed a place in heaven. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'm the most difficult one, so
Usually the case.
She gets extra grace for that.
So the house that you're in, right, and thank you for your patience. It was a new construction project, so there's always a little hiccups in that stuff. But your home is a net zero, right? So tell us a little bit what that means, and tell us a little bit how your electric bills are.
Yeah, so the net zero is, so we have a solar system, but we have a solar panel system on the home, and so the concept behind it is the home generates as much electricity from the solar that's needed, and so when we first got in here, we kind of understood what that meant. And again, I'm going to keep invoking Greg Slater's name because he was this was the part he was the most excited about. I felt like the whole process he was like, oh, and it's net zero. I was like, okay, that looks really cool, and I had to Google a little bit later. But our electric bills, all that we pay is the connection to Dominion, and so our electric bills have been $7.28, I think, every month since we've lived here. We've tried a little bit just to mess with it, and so forgive me for the folks that are listening. We did waste energy a little bit just because we were trying to see what was the fluctuation, but it's been really consistent, and that's amazing. We pride ourselves, my wife and I, on trying to be sustainable, right? Obviously, there's a spectrum to that. I don't know where we fall on it, but right, sustainability is really important to us and impact on the environment. And so to know that we are generating the electricity we use has been fantastic. And I think it's also just been a huge quality of life, and I think just adds to the great experience that is just being able to be in this home.
And so from a land trust perspective and a board perspective, and you should invoke Greg Slater's name because
he's going to go to Greg's head.
He's instrumental.
Yeah.
Greg's the man.
It's his man. I'm going to have to walk it back a little
I
bit
was going to say.
because his head will not fit through the door. I can
say.
guarantee you that. But the chairman, aka Batman, will go ahead and kapow that up. But the reality of it is. It was super important to us. The model of home ownership was difficult enough to explain, right? But the net zero is even more complicated. But I will tell you, my alter ego is a real estate agent, and my alter ego is in this building and development space. I don't know of any homes that are on the market now that can say they're truly net zero other than yours. So not only were you able to move into this at a an affordable housing rate number, you're also, for all intents and purposes, have zero utility bills, and that was so huge.
It's huge.
But it has to come out of a homeowner's mouth to really explain that. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
So what else? Go
I'm
ahead.
going to throw this to you, Shaka. What about the land trust? So one of the steps we're trying to do with this show and this platform here, we reach more people than any media outlet in the area, is to try to get the word out about the land trust. What is the next step after having the conversation? What is the next step that we need to do to scale this model?
Yeah, I think the next step is trying to figure out how to get involved, right? And so I think we as an organization are really excited about the prospect of a couple new things that we're trying to get in the works, and a part of that is we're a completely volunteer board. Susan Steinmart, who's our ED, she's out there doing a lot of really hard work for us, but we don't accomplish anything without partnership, right? And so I really try to, I think as I talk about the land trust, what I really try to frame it as is, right, this is a partnership to help create affordability for home ownership in the Charlottesville area. And so I think, I'm happy to continue to have conversations with folks. I know Keith is, I know the rest of our board is, and many of our other homeowners too. But I think if you're in a position where you want to come alongside us and partner with us, whether if that's in giving, right, and making a donation, if it's just trying to figure out like, hey, I've connected with a couple companies, or I am a small business owner, I'm a business owner, and I'm trying to figure out, right, how can I help to be a part of what y'all are doing. I would say that's really what the next step is, and continuing to have those conversations, right? So I'm trying to jam a lot here in a really small time, but know that I'm always open to have conversations. I'm obviously a huge proponent of this model and what this program can do, and so the more that we can get our story out, and I guess the more that I can get my story out, and the fellow homeowners, and also just kind of right, talk about what this has meant for us, but not just for us individually, but also for Charlottesville as a city, right? I think we're talking a lot about affordability. We're talking a lot about housing, right? It's a conversation that's been here for a long time. Before I got here, it'll be here after I got here. But I think if the land trust can be a part of that conversation and can start to chip away at kind of the deficit focused parts of that conversation, I think that'd be huge. And so, we're looking for partners, and if you want to come along with us, reach out to Batman.
Well, as you were doing that wonderful explanation, what was running through my head was maybe I ought to get a little bit more into crime fighting, and somebody else should become the chairman of the Thomas Jefferson
Yeah, Shaka
Community
sounds
Land
like a
Trust. I
chairman.
think you just talked your way into the championship.
man.
It's okay, Shaka. It's just more hours
Let's
of
get a
free
meeting
work.
put together. I make a motion for Shaka to be chairman.
Shaka, how about this? What advice do you have to give to Batman over here? At 1:30 today, Batman is going to be singing the praises of the Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust to Councilor Heather Hill while in a Batman costume. Shaka.
Yeah, I would say,
Change. That's what he would say. Change. Change.
Yeah, I would say I don't know many people who are brave enough to do that. So Keith, I commend you. I would say let her know that what you're doing is you're trying to be a superhero.
There you go.
And
There you go.
You can get her support with it. She can help you. And so I don't know if she can be Robin. Her and Jerry will have to beat that out.
Well, we're all superheroes.
There's plenty of room.
You're a superhero, brother. Everybody's a superhero that's on our board. It's just not me. I just happen to be wearing the outfit. So so we're gonna we can talk a little bit about this because it's on its way. But we're trying to build 5 more units on 10th and West, and I'm just having some, Batman, aka Keith Smith, aka the chairman of the Land Trust, is just having one-on-one conversations and just educating each city council member. So we haven't officially made an application to the city, but it's coming, and it's a great location right next to Dairy Market,
Yep.
and we're going to be able to. The goal is to take exactly what Shaka's living in and just reproduce it. Not his house, but reproduce it over. We are sales. Always be closed. We are real estate. Maybe we could sell it twice. Who knows? But we're gonna try to reproduce it over there and create these net zero and all this great stuff. So Shaka will be leaning on you to tout to the public how great it is to live in one of those homes.
No pressure, Shaka.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, man, as the chairperson, I just got to keep on saying thank you for what you do. Thank you for being on the board. Thank you for bringing your ownership perspective to this. It's something that the rest of us can't, we can't articulate it because we don't live it. We help you get there, but you live in it and you're articulating it great. And I nominate Shaka for chairman of.
Yeah, Shaka, you're now the chairman of the Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust. You're working. You're going to work an extra 15 hours a week with no compensation whatsoever. We have.
Did you say 15 hours?
How many hours a week do you do? 20?
Is my wife watching this show?
Your wife is watching. He's a voluntoholic. Is that what you call it?
A volaholic.
Volaholic. How many hours a week?
Volaholic.
Well over 20.
Well over 20. There you go. We appreciate you and Shaka. Shaka, get us out of here on this note. Anywhere you want to go, any topic you want to cover. How about Charlottesville? A message of hope to everybody that's watching for Charlottesville. Dude, it's a tough time out there for all of us. This 2020 year has been a kick in the you-know-where, man. It has been brutal.
It's been rough. I think. I think my message of hope would be, or encouragement would be, just try to find joy in the little things. I love the work that I do. It keeps me busy. At times it's really rough, and sometimes it's hard to do when you got 3 little guys running around in the background. But what I try to remind myself is at no other point in my life have I been able to be here and be present with my kids ever before, right? And that's not just. And thinking about that in the 5 years that I've been a father, but even the time after this, right? I don't know if there's ever going to be another time like that. And so I try to just always make sure that I'm finding the joy in the messiness. And so just encourage folks to continue to do that and try to look for that in their lives.
Well, thank you for the time. We're grateful for you. You have a
Shaka,
good
thank you,
weekend.
man.
Keith says thank you. Susan says thank you. The city councilors that are watching says thank you. You have a good weekend and a good Halloween.
Thanks, you too. I'll see you. Keep fighting crime, fellas.
There you
We
go,
will,
bro.
Shaka. You have a good one, dude. Good people right there. Give the show a like and a share. We have an $80 boo box that we're giving away, Judah. Put it on screen. Let us know why your dog should win this $80 boo box for free from Animal Connection. David Varel is watching, and he says, my daughter lives 3 doors down from Shaka.
Yeah, it's
Dude, my cape is stuck on the wheels of my chair.
you know, it's we're gonna have to get bat
is that
chairs.
your cape?
It's doing it. We gotta
Why
get.
do people ever wear capes in life?
We gotta get.
People want to see our shoes, evidently. David Varel, how are you, my friend? He's watching in the Outer Banks, I believe. All right, do you have the flexibility to get your legs and feet on the set, on the table?
I do.
Judah, show
Are
the
you
booties.
trying to insinuate I'm not flexible?
Well, I mean, you were giving me a hard time on Real Talk. Well,
Okay.
can you get it up
So you
there?
want me to actually put my leg
Yeah,
up here?
this is going to be hysterical. Watch Keith Smith put his leg
good
on the
Lord.
table while sitting in a chair. Excuse me, Batman. Watch Batman. Batman, do you got this? Can you do this, Batman?
I got this. I can do this better than you can.
Oh, there you go. Well,
at this.
Batman, your booties are better than mine because they actually have shoes in them.
have shoes.
I'm fighting crime basically barefooted here. If I had to fight crime in these things, I would die.
I don't know how Batman fights crime with this mask on because I'm soaking water,
guy's-
sweat's pouring.
This guy's sweating profusely like an unsavory lady in Sunday morning church right now. Batman is looking. The Land Trust is doing some special things, my friend.
We are, and Shaka wouldn't share this, but I can as the chairman, and I think we mentioned this on other shows before, but we are in the process of a merger between the Land Trust and Piedmont Housing, which is really great because what that's going to do is that's going to give us the ability to ramp up our revenue. It's because we're going to be able to grow our revenue. So we're going to have human resources capacity and revenue capacity, which means we can go out and do that. What we've done with where Shaka is living is we've created a model, both figuratively, right, and actual design that produces zero electric bill.
Is that true?
It's true.
Zero electric.
Well, you pay, what Shaka was sharing,
Yeah,
with,
you pay the electric hookup.
all you do is pay the fee.
Yeah. And
Now,
that's
if we
next
were
to
in Virginia, if we were in North Carolina, you actually would get a check back from it. But in Virginia, Dominion Power only lets you do what's called, this reason it's called a net zero. So what you can't, you can actually put, and what Shaka probably doesn't realize all the electricity that he was using, he was actually putting more electricity into the system than he was using. Those houses are designed so much that they're putting so much electricity into the grid. That's the reason he could not make his bill change. It's like a third more is coming off of that. So not only are we doing net zero, not only are we putting people in affordable housing, they're actually putting energy into the grid. Pretty
amazing.
exciting stuff.
That's amazing. Susan says, Keith, you can stay as long as you need. Shaka's meeting Heather for the meeting today because he's the new chairman.
Is Susan saying don't show up in your Batman outfit?
She says, go crime fighters. Susan Simard, executive director of the Land Trust, also says, David Varel's daughter, she's amazing, a great Land Trust homeowner as well. Thank you for sharing that on the I Love CVille show. We make connections constantly on this network.
It's just amazing.
The neighbor's father of Shaka is watching from Outer Banks at his beach house. This program. He leaves a
amazing.
comment on the show that my daughter Taylor lives 3 doors down.
Yep.
The executive director hears it, puts 2 and 2 together. Social media and crime fighting at its best.
Go, bam, zap, pow.
Kapow!
Kapow.
Isn't it amazing with social media when used for the good?
Absolutely. Well, to use for the good. That's the important.
Yeah, not to be
Crazy.
what's the word? Divisive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, split people up.
Crazy. Not to be stupid or not to be crazy, but the good stuff. It amazes to me on the show that you and I do earlier on Fridays and Tuesdays on Real Talk. I mean, I get phone calls from people, random phone calls from people I don't know, a DM DM messages, Facebook DM messages. Hey, man, great show. I'm a little bit concerned about what we might get
After
today.
David Varell says her bill is $7 a month as well.
Yeah. So and what they're doing is they're dumping more. Maybe that's a poor choice of words, but they're actually contributing. That's the better choice of words.
Walk me through what this actually is happening here. So he was trying to use the electricity.
So what he was trying to do was he was being a professor. God love him.
Yeah, he was doing a little trial and
They was doing a little science.
Yeah.
And so what he was trying to do is he was trying to ramp up his electrical bill. Right, use more electricity. But what Shaka and we didn't have enough time to tell him that he doesn't understand or didn't comprehend or doesn't know because it's kind of buried in the bill. And when you take a look at it, it's a flat roof structure, and on the roof is full of solar panels. So all that electricity is getting pushed into the grid for other people to use. So not only is Shaka, not all those houses over there are supplying electricity for their needs, they're supplying electricity for other people's needs. Pretty cool stuff.
That is really cool stuff.
That's the reason why Greg was super excited.
I want to make a quick correction. The Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust is the oldest land trust
That's exactly
in the
right.
Commonwealth of Virginia.
I did not want to correct you.
The Maggie Walker is the second oldest
That's
in
correct.
Richmond.
That's exactly right.
Thomas Jefferson is the oldest.
Is the oldest. We've been around for almost 10 years.
Thank you, Susan Steinmart, right there.
Thank you, Susan.
Susan, I like Susan.
Susan's, poor Susan has to put up with Batman alter ego Keith Smith twice, actually.
How so?
Because not only is she the executive director for the Thomas Jefferson Planning District Commission, she's also the executive director for the Regional Housing Partnership, which yours truly does that. So it's funny, our conversations, when we have conversations about something, it's like, okay, hold the time out. What are we talking about? Land trust or the Regional Housing Partnership?
Well, I mean, someone who's spending that much time with you, what do you got to say about that?
I'm fortunate. I'm lucky to be able to have a conversation with her.
The hardest aspect of being in this. Go ahead.
Christine Jacobs, which was her predecessor. Those are Susan. Look, all I do is this, right? I'm good at this.
You're good at leading.
I'm good at talking, or at least I think I am.
You're
anyway.
good at talking.
Susan does all the hard work.
If you talk to your mom, you know what she would say?
That's right.
What would she say?
Well, actually, my grandmother would say that.
Keithy boy.
Keithy, me boy.
Keithy,
My
me boy.
My grandmother would say, Keith, when they vaccinated you, they used a phonograph needle instead of a hypodermic needle. Shut the bleep up.
Susan said she's taking the fifth. She's pleading the fifth on what it's like to spend 20 hours a week with you every week.
Smart lady.
People want to know what the most difficult aspect of being in this costume is. I'm going to write it on a whiteboard. And let's play a game here. I'm going to write what the most difficult aspect is, and then you write a message. Let's see how good our chemistry is. The most difficult aspect for me, Robin, of being in this costume, Judah, here it is. I haven't peed since 6 in the morning. Me too! I knew that. That's hilarious. He hasn't peed since 6 in the morning either. I'm wearing tights, Keith. That was good. That was good.
Our chemistry's working. I just can't, I don't, and the second thing would
you
be.
You saw that I wrote this.
Maybe. I might have shown. I might have cheated.
You additionally had please vote over there.
Yeah, the gloves, that would be the second thing. The gloves are horrible.
Oh, the gloves are brutal. How about the mask? I can't see a damn thing.
The peeing, my Depends got that covered. So.
When you're meeting with leadership in Charlottesville and talking about the land trust, what are you guys saying? What are you talking about?
So, you know what it is. In all seriousness, folks like Heather Hill, Michael Payne, Cena, and Lloyd, they're doing so much. It's hard.
That was 4
and
or
there's
5.
Excuse me.
That was 4 or 5.
Yeah, I know. And there's they're doing so many things. They're working. There's so many topics that are hitting them. And so what we just try to do is we just try to get it from
top of mind.
We just try to get an education level. So Heather is very familiar with the land trust model. I personally walked her through actually Shaka's house. Before we finished it. So she understands it. So what we're going to talk about is just what you got to do is education, re-educate. It's what you do on your show every day, right? You educate. You're an educator, right?
We communicate.
And you communicate and recommunicate and recommunicate and recommunicate. So, that's all it is. I want to update her on what we're doing, update her on the merger, update her on this project we've got coming up, and encourage her, to help us any way she can, and she will.
I love
She's a rock star.
I love it. Give the show a like and a share, guys. You're in the running for a bark box from Animal Connection.
Very
Susan
disappointed
says
at Batman.
you're the hardest working chairman she knows.
Who said that? I'm sorry?
Susan.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one she knows.
And she's also going to the meeting with Heather Hill right now.
Yeah, I saw a text come in on my phone.
Because that meeting is in 6 minutes for you.
Yeah, well.
So you literally are going to walk to the meeting in costume?
Yeah, sure.
Are you going to do that?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
Batman can't lie.
I'm not going to lie. I can't do that. I'm soaking wet.
You were sweating profusely.
It's the sun.
It's the lights.
The lights are baking on this rubber thing I got in my head.
That's called a mask.
It's called a mask. Thank you. What does a mask cover for COVID?
Oh.
The mouth and the nose.
I'm COVID. I'm good. I'm wearing a mask.
No, you're not.
I'm wearing a mask.
No, you're not.
The gator is not the go-to choice.
I know that, but I found it this morning.
Well, you match it because you did it because it matches.
I literally picked it out because it matches.
That's why you did it. I know you.
And plus, I know that's a scary thought.
It's because you got a little, and so do I. You got a little of, how would you describe it?
Vanity.
Yes, that's how it's great.
This is kind of like what is Wonder Woman? What's the lasso? The lasso of truth? The lasso of truth?
Yeah. Is it the lasso of truth?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Wonder Woman? I don't know much about my superheroes.
We got to teach him something.
I know.
How do you...
It's too late.
It's too late. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. What about Wonder Woman?
Yeah, so she has a lasso. She ties it around somebody, and they have to tell the truth.
That's her.
Right? Am I right, Alfred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing?
Yeah, it's a
Her
thing.
secret power is she lassos people,
No, a
ties them up.
superpower is she's flat out gorgeous. But
That's her superpower?
No. She don't.
I'm Googling Wonder Woman.
Oh, good Lord. Did you not see the movie?
Her creator was into some pretty interesting things.
Is that on the mic? Are you talking on the mic over there?
Yeah.
What were you saying? Tell me about Wonder Woman over there. Man, Wonder Woman is a smoke show. Oh my goodness. She's very attractive.
There's a pretty backstory. There's a really interesting backstory to that.
He was very libertarian in his thoughts on women.
That's exactly right.
And he and his wife had, I think, a lover who they used as the basis for Wonder Woman.
That's exactly right. And that
You're talking about a triangle of love?
well, that story actually correct me if I'm wrong. That story actually happened as the result of World War I. So that Wonder Woman, the story that was written, it's kind of like the Lord of the Rings, right? That was all wrapped around the premise of what happened in World War I.
Is that true? Are we on the Judah cam? Alfred cam? Can we get the Alfred cam and the Alfred mic?
I mean,
this guy is a book of knowledge. Have you noticed that?
How deep do you want me to go on this?
Go as deep as you want, Alfred.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. J.R.R. Tolkien wrote the Lord of the Rings.
Batman's taking it at a higher level. Go vote.
He needs to pee.
You need to pee?
I haven't peed since 6 a.m. We're interrupting Alfred. Master Bruce.
What? I'm sorry, Alfred. I apologize.
That's okay. I don't think anybody really wants to hear the backstory.
I would like to know. You said
We'll save that for another story. I need to go meet
Barbara says Batman can show up anytime he wants.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that not true?
If Barbara said it, it's absolutely true. If Barbara said it, it's absolutely
Barbara
true.
Lundgren, you said it, it's true.
Well, first of all, I'm fully, our executive director, Susan, can handle it.
Oh, she's there right now with Heather.
Yeah, she'll handle it.
All right, well, we'll get at it. We know you have an important meeting.
No, that's okay. I'm walking. I'm good. I told you I got a little extra time.
Well, what are you going to do the weekend besides work? What are you and Yona going to do fun?
Well, apparently I've just talked myself into riding my bike around, and I didn't get to that on Shaka. I'm going to have to do a group ride with him. I didn't realize he was a cyclist.
In your Batman costume?
Yeah, I'll ride around the neighborhood. Let my cape.
He's putting it on screen. It's on screen. Look, the chemistry is working right here. Look at the screen.
Let my cape go out, which I can't see that, but I think my outfit's a little bit better than his.
Better than Robin's?
No, the one
Oh,
that's
better
on the
than the
screen.
on-screen Batman.
Yeah.
I thought you were knocking Robin.
No,
you
I would-
liked Robin's
I
costume.
would. I love Robin's costume. These were made, believe it or not, just a little shout out. It was a company I found out of Queens, New York. The material, all the material is made from recycled products. So there's nothing. Everything on it is totally recycled. Even the rubber for the mask is made out of rubber project.
Well, I'm going to be in this costume tomorrow, my 2.5-year-old kid. When do you stop saying half? Okay, so he's 2. Is he just 2? Do I not then say he's 3? I mean, I still say he's 2.5. He's actually 2 and,
So
8
that's a
months.
personal choice, Robin.
What did you say with your daughters?
Nobody cares but you and your wife.
Okay, is that true?
What'd he say?
He said no one cares besides me and my wife.
I'm pretty sure your son doesn't care.
So I just say he's 2?
He's 2.
He's 2.
Whatever.
You never said half with your daughters?
Brother, that was so long ago. I can't remember that.
Okay, so he's
That was
2.
30-something years ago.
He's closer to 3. Shaka says, let's do it, Keith. I'll wear a costume as well
There you
and
go.
ride bicycles around
Ask
you.
him what bike
Shaka, I may have added that you're going to wear a costume as well. But he said, let's do it, Keith. So Shaka Sydnor is 110% committed to wearing a costume and riding a
So,
bicycle around
there
Charlottesville.
was a part of me that thought maybe I talked you into this. That the more I get
Oh, I love this
I
stuff.
think you talked me into this.
Hey, you paid for these.
Yeah, but totally 100% recyclable. It's really cool. Really cool.
Well,
Save the environment, and have fun at the same time.
I want to thank you before we get out of here. You saved me from having to scavenge and hunt for a costume.
Oh.
So this is going to be the costume that I wear tomorrow. My
Good for you.
2-year-old
Good for you.
is going to be Batman. My wife is going to be Catwoman. And one of our dogs is going to be Bat Dog. And we're going to drive around in a golf cart on Halloween, which is going to be the Batmobile.
I may need to go ahead and meander around your domicile and with a video camera.
Oh, it's going to be
Alfred
something.
and I will do that.
It's going to be something. Kevin Leatherwood, I see you on Instagram. What do you think about my Robin costume? Kevin Leatherwood, I love you, Coach Kevin Leatherwood. I love you, Kevin Leatherwood. Scott Q is watching from Marcos. He's got a message for you.
Uh-oh.
I'm dropping off the gift certificates and pick up pizza at Marcos now. Is that good for you, Keith?
Now.
Are you going to be by there this afternoon?
I'll be
Should I
there by
send
this afternoon, yeah.
He will swing by this afternoon.
Yeah, so I've got a meeting at 3 o'clock, somewhere around 4.
Somewhere around 4.
I will not be in costume. I won't scare your customers away.
I love you too, Kevin. I hope to see you around, man.
Yeah.
You're coaching. You're doing a hell of a job on the hardwood, my friend.
Yeah, we didn't do a Sheridan shout out.
Barbara says you're 58 and a half years old, Batman. You're using half years for you.
They cut you no slack, huh?
Dude, you have
Good
no
Lord.
idea. You've
Got you
seen
no-
some of these comment
I know.
threads
I've
on
been
the
doing it
network,
for 2
right?
years for you. Nobody cuts any slack.
No slack whatsoever.
And I got a feeling the memes that are going to come out of these two shows are going to be a bit. I guarantee the next board meeting I go to have a conversation in front of the
Dude.
elected officials, somebody's going to throw up on. Neil will do it.
Neil
will
Williamson
throw-
has already emailed us a meme.
Did he
It's
really?
in your inbox. Yeah, he emailed us a meme of us in costume saying this is a new business card photo.
Anyone who needs photos, send me an email.
Oh, Judah's offering blackmail for
Is
blackmail
he?
content.
There you go, buddy. I thought me and you were buds.
Alfred,
All right, you copied the mustache and everything.
what's Robin's name?
Depending on
Chris O'Donnell?
the one on the TV show was Dick
Oh.
That's
Do you
ex-
remember his last name?
Grayson.
Dick.
So an interesting thing about Dick Grayson. I read that this morning. I should have talked about this on Real
Dick
Talk.
Grayson?
He's actually a real estate agent.
Dick Grayson? Robin is a real estate
Yeah,
agent?
well, he didn't do much after.
The actor?
Huh?
That's the alter ego's name, not.
Are you
No,
talking
what was
about
the
Chris
actual
O'Donnell?
actor's name? Not Adam West. I can't remember what it was.
Ward and
Well, yeah, Ward was Batman. I can't remember who. But I did some research for our earlier show, and the guy was a real estate agent.
Chris O'Donnell?
No. 1960s version.
Okay. So how old is this guy? He's
Uh,
supposed to be selling homes to the seniors.
Alfred, watch it. Watch
I'm
your
sorry,
language.
Batman.
Watch
I'm
it.
sorry,
Watch it.
Batman.
Watch it.
Well, if you were a kid watching this show and he was on the show as Robin, he's got to be pushing 80.
Watch it.
Okay, I'm sorry, Batman. Yes,
I
Batman.
got Heather Hill calling me.
Yes, Batman. Is she calling you right now?
She's calling me right now.
Should we take it on the show?
No, we're not going
No,
to
we're
take
not
it
gonna
on the
do
set.
that.
We're not going to do that.
All right, guys. It was a good show. What's that?
No, Adam West was Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
Adam West was Batman. I can't remember who Robin was, but I did some research. He was.
Ward.
Burt Ward. Carol Thorpe said Burt Ward. That's what Judah's saying is Burt
All right,
Ward.
Burt Ward. Thank you. So he's a real. If you Google it, he's actually.
Burt Ward. Iris Luck is saying Burt. Everyone's saying Burt Ward.
There you
All
go.
I'm
There you
Googling
go.
Burt Ward right now. How old do we think Burt Ward is? How old do you think Burt Ward is?
I don't know. You'll find out.
If I put the over-under on 75, would you take the over or under on Burt Ward?
Oh, I would.
I'm saying he's 75 years old. Would you say it's over 75 or under 75?
I would say he's over 75.
All right. What do you say? What do you think, Judah?
I'm looking at.
Oh, Judah's cheating. He's over 75. July 6, 1945, he turned 75. So he's like 75 and a quarter. 75 and a quarter.
That's my
What did we
birthday.
bet? What did we bet?
We didn't bet it. We bet that you have to wear this costume.
No. I won.
Heather
I
Hill.
said he was over. You said under.
I didn't say anything.
It is
I was
a-
doing the bet. Iris took the over, though. Everyone's taking the over.
There you go. Yeah.
Scott is taking the over. Scott Q is watching at Marcos. He just sent us a message on the over.
So hey, I got to go see a city council member. I am sweating like a you know what,
Unsavory lady in church.
something like that, and or a superhero in a costume.
All right, let's take the costume. Let's take the earbuds out, and one more time, we'll get out on the studio camera with some kapows for everybody that's watching. Guys, we just wanted to allow you to poke some fun at us today,
Yeah.
so we could brighten your day up a little bit. Judah, go to the big time camera.
So hey, before we do that,
Oh, Jesus, my cape was on the wheel.
Thank you for bringing me on for the second show. This was a lot of fun.
I had a great time. Judah, you want to get some camera? Get a picture with us.
You know, if
Is this mic on, Judah? Right here?
Yeah.
What were you going to say about it?
going to hug you actually.
Why, Batman, you're looking extra scary with that gator on. We have masks on.
Okay, but it's not the same
We're wearing masks.
Okay.
We're wearing masks. We're following the rules.
What are we doing here? Hold on.
Yours says vote. So this is a message of hope that we're offering to everybody. Mine says I need to pee. Are my pants still on? Yeah, my pants are still on. I feel like I'm not wearing any clothes, bottom part of my body.
There we go. Pow.
Kapow!
Go vote.
Go vote.
Please vote.
All right.
And go pee, will you?
I gotta go pee. This is the I Love CVille Show. He's Batman. I'm Robin. For
Go, guys.
Alfred, for Liza the Bat Dog. Have a good weekend. Keep it local, please, guys.
be
Support
kind.
Charlottesville and Central Virginia. Be careful. Wear a mask like I'm doing. Stay out there and have a good time. Keep it real, Central Virginia. Thank you for joining
You know that
us.
mask isn't doing anything, right?
I'm wearing a mask.
Okay. Crazy.
What are you saying? I don't understand.
I
why
don't
you guys-
understand.